Folks, you already know what time it is. It's rolled around to the daily reset. In my region, it might be the middle of the night for some of you, but we are here on technically day 3, but day 2 as far as my series goes of the new Faction Wars Hard walkthrough. And today we have live the Ogryn tribes as well as the Dwarf crypts. So we're gonna be progressing through and seeing if we can't beat those and get the conditions down as well. Nothing interesting there in the Altar of Souls, so let's go ahead and take a look. I think we'll open up with the Ogryn tribes. Stage 1 here, place 20 plus poison debuffs. Now, this also means that we do have to beat this with no losses. It's going to be interesting. So we do have Ogryn in here who is able to do the poisons, obviously. I think there's plenty of options, right? You can get through this pretty easily. We do have Stalk that was a fusion, I believe, at one point. He is placing a crap ton of poisons out there. You have Gerda Bogbrew, who everybody's going to get for a daily login. This fine-looking young lady can also absolutely carry you as well. She has the nicest pair of horns in the game, I think. So, yeah, there's a poison option there. We have Occult Brawler. If you're really struggling, he can also place poisons on his A1 as well as a poison on his passive. So he has the 70% chance of landing. And he can also place a Block Revive, which is pretty sweet too. So lots of poison options. Ogryn is going to be my poison option though. So he is built out. He's at 258 accuracy. That should be high enough for stage 1, but we'll see. Let's just do the official filter here. So let's go ahead and do debuffs. We're going to be looking for the big version of poison, everybody that I mentioned, and then the small version of poison, you also have Gerptuck in there too, but he's placing it on yourself, so it's kind of whatever. Inside this team composition, I do have Bellower as well, who is able to do some CC here. We have, of course, Ugo, who's going to come in with even more CC, and then we do actually have our... oh, I forgot his name. Big dude here, Grush the Mangler. Grush is actually built out for CC as well. I'm going to do this on manual because apparently they just decided to absolutely screw me right off the start here. In case anybody's curious, I did actually pick up the... Forge Pass as well, so as of recently here I have, as of today specifically, I've gone ahead and picked up the Forge Pass, and I'll be doing a video on it at some point, basically going through and crafting the, like, roughly 200 pieces that I'll get from it, and then also just kind of showing you the gear rolling of that as well. So as soon as the next artifact enhancement, as soon as the next gear enhancement event goes live, I'll be doing that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the like button and the bell notification if you want to stay up to date on that. Now, we don't have block debuffs really anywhere, so we're just going to keep trying to place some of these debuffs with our Bellower. We are definitely concerned about the possibility of deaths too, because Ugo cannot revive unless everybody else is dead, but with the amount of heals that we can get from, like, you know, Ugo as well as everybody else, I think we should be okay. This is very annoying, though, because they keep healing and placing the block debuffs, and now the revive on death, so this is pretty wild. I think we're going to run it again, because this is all just RNG based, right? So, it looks like I might not actually have full artifacts on my Bellower, is what it's saying. Maybe that's why we're not getting so many stuns. We don't. I actually took the stun boots off of him. Silly Gerbear YT. What are we doing? Let's go ahead and see if we can't put some stun boots on this fine young man and get him going a little bit quicker here maybe as well. I don't have many stun boots on my account, so they kind of got to cycle around between different champions. We'll take the ones off of Deliana, though. We're not too incredibly worried about her build at the moment. Now, we'll get those block buffs out there again. Now, with Bellower, you could try to do his A1. I think we'll try the A2 here for the decreased speed, which we didn't get a single stun even still, which is very annoying. You can see, though, that Ogryn does a very good job getting those poisons out there, so he's fantastic for this role. We should be able to do an AoE, and they get all the debuffs removed, because of course they do. Block active skills coming in on her, though, which is nice. They do also get the revive on death, though. This is very annoying. I hate when it's, like, just malarkey content like this, where it's all, like, you know, RNG based. Because, I mean, realistically, that's what it comes down to right now. We just have to wait for the stun set to proc in the right order, and you know, all that sort of good stuff, especially with the Ogryn tribes, because they don't really have any cooldown increasing champions. And I don't have Gerda built, who's really good for CC because of her passive turn meter reduction. And of course, they're getting heals stacked up on them as well now. We should be coming back around to our skills here, so we can go ahead and smash down the Shaman. We still have block debuffs on pretty much everybody, so we're just going to keep, you know, just cycling through our thing here. They have revives available on their team too, I think, with Kaja. She's able to do a revive, which is a bit unfortunate. Another poison getting placed there, though, which is nice. Try for that decreased speed again. We do actually get a stun coming in here now for the first time in forever as well. Now we'll get that decreased defense out there. We'll go ahead and smack in the Shaman again, take her down. Maybe see if we can't bait out the revive from the Kaja. Let's go ahead and just keep trying for those block active skills, which we do get over here, which is quite nice. Smack the Kaja there, decrease her turn meter a little bit. Keep smacking the Kaja, keep decreasing her turn meter, stack up some poisons on her. Get the big AoE with our Grush. Try to take down the other champion there. Let's go for a stun or a block active skills. We get neither. That's pretty fantastic. You can see, though, that the poison as well as the decreased speed is coming in really clutch. We'll get some more poisons stacked up on them. I think that should be our poison placement complete. It is. The poison does actually take out their lockout champion as well, which is very nice. And boom. Everybody that really matters is pretty much dead at this point, so we'll just be able to cycle through our turns here. Try to get the decreased speed as well as a stun. No stuns, unfortunately, but we do get enough to take them down. Lady Sanguinia cannot revive, so this should be pretty much case closed right here. I have a more content creation friendly beverage today, which is some zero sugar iced tea. The last video I made, I had oat milk, and it resulted in some of the burpees / hiccupies, which was not good, obviously, so had to make sure to switch it up a little bit. Now, Wave 2, I'm not incredibly excited for, because I think there's going to be some annoying champions to face there, but it is what it is. We'll see how this goes. Wave 3 seems to be pretty easy. There's not much like hard CC or anything like that we need to worry about. No heal, so just a continuous heal as well as the block debuffs there, so we'll see if we can't take her down. I hope Grush will be able to smack her hard enough. There we go. We're on to Wave 2. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to get the block buffs up here again, as well as the decreased defense. We're going to go for the decreased speed plus stun. Bellower is so strong with this because obviously he's Void Affinity, and obviously they just casually remove all of the debuffs from their team as well, and Bellower does get taken down. Amazing. Lovely. Love to see it. That's the downside to Bellower, is he's a little bit squishy, obviously, right? So we could also bring in a Blizzard. That could be a decent way to go. I don't recall if he's built at the moment. Where is he even? Am I just silly? Where's... Oh, he's literally selected, right? We won't talk about that. He's got, I think, enough accuracy. So I think, in all honesty, we'll replace Claude Breastfeeder with him. He does also bring in a increased defense and everything like that on our team as well, which will be quite nice, and as well as the AoE freeze. So let's go ahead and try to get that out there. Of course, we don't get it on anyone, though, like literally no one, so that's pretty fantastic. Get those poisons placed. Do the big AoE smack. We do have a stun come in there, which is nice. Shaman is down, which is also nice. We got our cooldowns increased, which is not so nice, and we get a buff cleanse. And Bellower has already gone down. This is a little bit problematic, I won't lie. Now, Siege Hulk could do some amazing things here. I think he is an attack-based champion, right? Yes. So, I think we'll make this a little bit easier on ourselves, and we'll just go ahead and actually switch the Sun Wukong gear over to Siege Hulk real quick, because he can bring an absolute smack and decrease defense and turn meter control as well, I think. So he's going to do some great things. Now he has increased crit rate, increased crit damage, attacks one enemy. We're going to go ahead and do his AoE defense break, which is hitting them while they already have a defense break, so it should do big numbers. Now we're also going to go ahead and do the AoE here. That won't be enough to kill everybody, so we're just going to have to try and cycle through and make sure that we have our skills available, which we don't because we actually got through the wave a little bit too effectively there, unfortunately. So we may have to rerun this again, but let's go ahead and attack him. Boom, we get the decreased speed on him, which is nice. Try to get the decreased defense. There we go! That's the RNG that we want to see. We'll try to push her turn meter back a little bit there because we get stuns across the board, which is nice. Get a big hit with Grush. We'll still just try to push her turn meter back a little bit more. We have an ally attack coming in from Lady Etessa. We'll get that AoE smack coming in here. Boom. Take a couple more of them out. Get the A1 from Bellower. Block active skills on the Lady Sanguinia is what we love to see, ladies and gentlemen. Love to see. Now, we'll go ahead and just try to place a poison here, maybe. He has a cleanse as well, I think, so we'll keep trying to smack him down. Boom. There we go. Now we can pretty much just cycle through and get this done with like our A1. Sanguinia is going to be able to cleanse, which is annoying, but we should still be able to deal with it. Decrease the turn meter there. Try to smack him with Siege Hulk. There we go. Try to smack her down a little bit quickly here as well. We get the block active skills, which is nice. She's not going to be healing up or anything now. It pays, honestly, to just have random champions built sometimes, which is nice. I can switch my gear over to him. Alright, here we go. We're on to wave 3. We do need to make sure not to smack them incredibly quick, because we need to make sure to get the poisons placed out. So we'll go ahead and try this. We'll get some poisons placed out there now, and that will be our poison requirements met. I don't think they're going to have too crazy of damage on their team. That being said, we're taking an ally attack to Grush, where we get also provoked. That's a bit crazy. Okay, let's try to do some turn meter pushback here on Katoon. I swear if we have to run this again, it's going to be very annoying. We have Freya, who's getting her turn up as well. Block active skills as well as a stun there. She just places the defensive buffs, which is fine. Oh, Grush, come on, my man. You got to survive. Let's try to push back Marksman's turn meter. Everybody's locked out here as well, which is unfortunate. Grush, no! No! We're going to have to rerun that, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to rerun it. We were too effective getting through. So, I think on the first wave here, we're going to do something crazy like this. And then we'll do the defense break from Siege Hulk, and then we'll do some of the nukes from Grush. Because obviously it was just too strong the first time we did it, so we'll keep pushing them back there. She does revive, which I think is fine, even though obviously it's kind of annoying that they were able to cleanse, but we'll go ahead and try to take him out, which we do without an issue. They do have a revive on death, but that's okay. We'll be able to take them out pretty quickly. Remove a debuff there. Remove the debuffs, get him nice and cleansed up. Our Grush did actually resist the cooldown increase as well, so we can come in here with another smack. A lot of heals coming in on that Shaman. She is now sitting down, though, which is perfect. The block debuffs is only up for one more turn, so we can kind of just cycle through here. And then this time we'll actually have our abilities available, obviously, for the second wave, which means that we'll have the poisons placed, which then means that we can just do big smacks on wave 3, which will be good. So let's go ahead and keep doing this. Let's go ahead and do this into the Kaja. I just want to make sure that she doesn't get a revive off, because we're perfectly fine now. Now we'll go ahead and target the Alika, I want to say. I always get the two of them confused. Her or Sikara, one of the two. Grush, I have done a review on him. He's actually a very competent damage dealer. He's a defensive-based damage dealer with 2 AoEs on his kit, where he gets, like, you know, heals placed on your team as well. He's very strong as far as champions go. So if you have a Grush, definitely recommend using him. Boom. We got the block active skills on her, which is nice. Siege Hulk obviously coming in with some smacks, helping take her out. We do have a bunch of poisons being placed now, which is very, very nice. We're at 13 already. So we're going to go ahead and hit the block buffs, decrease defense here. We're going to go ahead and AoE. And then we get stunned because we boosted up his turn meter a bunch, which is unfortunate. So we're going to go ahead and do this. we get AoE smacked and our Bellower gets taken down. Well, we may very well have to do this off camera, I won't lie. Either that or just show you the team, tell you there's a bunch of RNG, and then move on to the next one essentially, because this is getting a little bit annoying. But as you can see, we don't have a problem getting through the content. It's just the problem is making sure that we do it with the proper skill rotations and whatnot. Everybody's stunned here now. We actually get the procs from Bellower, so that's perfect. We'll hit an A3 onto the Kaja. They're not going to be able to revive. Now it's just the Sanguinia left once again, which is perfect. We're not going to have the poisons available for wave 2, though, I don't think. Yeah, no, we're not. We might not even have our decreased defense up. Let's go ahead and do this, though. Right? Let's go ahead and smack in here. Decrease the turn meter on her as well. Go ahead and get the AoE. There we go. We got some stuns out. That's perfect. We'll try to get some turn meter pushback as well as poisons here. No poisons, unfortunately, but we do smack a little bit there as well. Let's go ahead and try to get some more turn meter pushback here. Perfect. The Astralon is obviously very annoying with his turn meter boost. Now we're on to wave 3, which is going to be kind of sus because we don't have our turn meter break available. Let's go ahead and hit the Marksman, maybe. Get the decreased speed on him, which is nice. Let's get that decreased speed across the board. Let's get some poisons out here. We need to place 8 more poisons, so we need to get an AoE poison, which is not going to happen with their block debuffs up. Oh my goodness. This is the one thing I don't like about, like, you know, new content raid ads, is it's not difficult in the typical, you know, difficulty level. Like, generally difficult would mean that you have to sit here and think about like a unique team composition or something like that. But the difficulty we get in raid is, hey, there's going to be so much RNG BS that you have to deal with. Good luck. Which is quite a shame. Because apart from that, like, the gameplay is quite enjoyable of the new faction wars, right? We get a big ass heal from the shaman. We get a big ass revive. I think we should still be okay though. We get the stun there on the champion that locks us out, which is perfect. Get another poison placed as well. We're going to hit into Kaja here a little bit, see if we can't decrease the turn meter. We're just going to take her out. Shaman is incredibly annoying as well, with her heals and whatnot. We get the decreased defense taken off of him as well as a heal there. Let's go ahead and just decrease her turn meter. I don't want her going because she heals a lot, as you can see. She's almost down for the count. No block debuffs there anymore, which is good. So let's just go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and do this. Kaja now has no more block debuffs either. Let's get that A3 in there. Try to get some extra poisons placed. Let's just keep decreasing turn meter. We're at 12 poisons currently. It'd be perfect if we're able to cycle through Ogryn a little bit and get some more poisons placed. We do get the leech on Kaja as well. Decreased speed on them is huge. It's going to mean that we're able to lap them all that much easier. Decreased turn meter there from the Siege Hulk as well. So he places 2 poisons, right? So yeah, he places 2. We have 2 enemies. That'll give us 4, which would put us at 16. So I think we'll just try for the A1 here. Again, no poison procs, unfortunately. We'll try for the block active skills on the A1. We do get a stun on the Kaja, which is nice. So let's just go ahead and keep smacking her. Sanguinia I can kind of just deal with, you know, over time. She's not too much of a threat on her own. Let's try to get more poisons. We don't, unfortunately. We do get a pushback on the turn meter, though. We keep getting pushbacks on the turn meter, which is perfect, plus a decreased speed. We're cycling through, no problem. Everybody's going to have their skills available for wave 2. More turn meter pushback. I think Siege Hulk does bring a dedicated turn meter push on his A1. There we go. 2 more poisons coming in. Now when we get the poisons on wave 2, we'll be good to go, so we can just focus on slamming nukes. We don't have to hold our damage back, because we're already at 14 poisons. And here we go. So let's go ahead and get the decreased defense. Let's go ahead and nuke the Astralon here. Let's go ahead and try to get a decreased speed. He does go. AoE stun. Lovely. Let's go ahead and slam. We don't take anybody out, unfortunately. Get the stun cleanse. Oh, no. No. Bro, you gotta be kidding me. Why did she have to crit? Why did she have to crit? Are you kidding me? He would have survived if it wasn't a crit. Oh, what a load of bullshit. We're going to smack the Kaja. Boom. Decrease speed. We're going to try and get the decreased speed and stuns across the board. We did get a good stun right there. That's perfect. She is going to cleanse, though, if she's left to her own devices, which we're going to try our best to not let happen. Decrease turn meter. He does have turn meter pushback, right? Yeah. So, boom. Go ahead and decrease her turn meter. We get a counterattack from Belor, which could have been big. There we go. We get the stun on her. That's perfect. We're going to keep hitting the Shaman. Let's go ahead and keep hitting her as well. Any turn meter control that we can get on the Sanguinia is going to be big. We get a leech on her, which is pretty strong. Now, what's really nice... There we go. Now it's just these BS champions left. They're all locked out or stunned right now. We're good. And we have 10 poisons placed right now, too, which is very, very nice. We'll go ahead and try to get some extra poisons here, which we do. We'll go ahead and smack you down. I just don't want to deal with the damage output he has. Even on his A1, he can hit pretty hard. She critted on the second hit and almost took out my Siege Hulk, which is just absolutely insane. We'll get a leech, though, so when he comes around and smacks her, he's going to heal up nicely. 3,100 on the heal, not too bad. And, yeah, we have 12 poisons placed, so on wave 2, we should get the remainder of the poisons. Boom. Boom. There it is. Now we're on to wave 2. Now, I think what we'll do here is we'll just keep Ugo's ability available, so her A2, and then we'll get the A2 from our Siege Hulk, and then we'll also try for the block actives, which we don't get, because of course we don't. What we'll do here is we'll cleanse and heal. Arrow comes in with a 24,000 hit. Let's go ahead and hit Sanguinia with the A1. She also has a leech, and of course, Siege Hulk gets taken out. I'm gonna crash out, man. This is insane. We cannot get the RNG to go in our favor, it would appear. I'm just wondering, because we could bring Claude. I think, honestly, that might be a better option than Ugo. Because Ugo is good, but I don't think she's really doing what we need her to, essentially. Like, she's not going to be able to revive anybody or anything like that anyways, so I think having the increased speed, increased accuracy will be a bit more valuable, all things considered. Let's go ahead and do this. Boom. We do take out the big nuker there. We're going to take out the Kaja as well. Get the AoE A1. Shaman gets taken down. I'm not sure how. She didn't have a poison on her, but it is what it is. We do have, like, heal and cleanse capabilities on our Ogryn as well, so that's kind of what Ugo was in here for, right, was the healing and whatnot. So, very similar champions, all things considered, because she brings a Leech A1, Grush brings a Leech A1. You know, there's a lot of overlap. Let's just go ahead and do this. There we go. 10 poisons placed. So let's go ahead and see if we can do the A3 on the Astralon, get that decreased speed. We'll try to get a decreased speed AoE. We do get a stun on him, which is perfect. Increased speed, increased accuracy. We're going to get some turn meter pushback here, hopefully, as well as a poison. We're going to go ahead and try for some more pushback. I think Grush has the Evil Eye Mastery, which he doesn't get the pushback, unfortunately. We're going to get that AoE here. We really need some stuns to land. There we go. We do get the cleanse coming in from the Shaman, though, which is annoying. And then Grush takes some hits. And, like, what the fuck is this? Why am I getting crit every time by a goddamn support champion in this goddamn Faction Wars? This is some bullshit. That's like the third time we've got to wave 2, and that's like the third time in a row where fucking Sanguinia has just crit me. Like, does she have, like, a pseudo buff inside the Faction Wars? Like, what the fuck? We're gonna get the A1 on the Kaja. Looks like we're gonna clear this pretty quick, maybe even too quick. There we go. Siege Hulk is very good at, like, you know, cycling through his abilities. We'll do the same thing there. We'll try to get a block actives with... Yeah, oh, there we go. There's the RNG we need to see. Alright, here we go. Give me this on you. Decrease turn meter. Perfect, because we want to decrease defense from the Siege Hulk. There it is. And then we're going to try for the decreased speed as well as some stuns, which we don't get. Ah, the cleanse comes in. That's super annoying. Try to push back here. Try to push back here as well. Try an AoE. We don't down anybody. Of course we don't. Oh, the AoE stun comes in. Third or fourth time getting crit hit by Sanguinia, by the way. I'm going to switch it up and go to Dwarves before I get even more tilted. I'll show you the requirements, though. So for Ogryn tribes, first 3 stages. Stage 1 is to place the poison. Stage 2 is stuns. Stage 3 is going to be provokes. So essentially my strategy is going to revolve around Stage 2. We're just going to run it until we get the RNG where the stuns come in from the Bellower. So we're probably going to have to slow down the DPS and just make sure we survive. And then the Stage 3... we're going to put them in a provoke set and do the same thing. Let's go over the Dwarves and see what we can do. So we have place 10 plus HP burn debuffs. Now, if we look through Dwarves for HP burn debuffs, we have a few options. Obviously, we have Geomancer. We have Gronjar, who everybody's going to get from Hard Doom Tower. Though if you've built this guy out, I feel bad for your account. And then lastly, we do have our Bulwark. So worst case scenario, you could bring him as well. But we have Trunda. So she's going to be able to cycle through here and do this pretty easily, I think. We have an annoying-ass wave to face here again, but it is what it is. We'll be able to get some provokes out there. We'll try to take out the Sanguinia here, decrease her turn meter. We weak hit on every single hit, because why wouldn't we? And I misclicked and targeted the Kaja. RIP. We do get the AoE burns, though, which is nice. I just know, though, that she's going to take a turn and cleanse, so let's see if we can't try to take her down first. We need some better RNG here. We're just going to do the A3 smack with the... okay, so I want to just try to save this. So let's go ahead and smack into the Kaja. I want to make sure that I can kind of like cycle around with my Trunda and get her abilities off cooldown. Same kind of thing with the Rock Breaker as well as Geo. I want to make sure they have their abilities ready for the next wave because we do have to make sure to get those poisons out there. We get the freeze, some hard CC, which is perfect. We can get the turn meter fill coming in from the Senna as well. Now, obviously, I know not everybody's going to have Senna. If you don't have Senna, a perfect backup that I would recommend, a couple of options. So you have Molly Tankard, who would be fantastic for just making sure that nobody dies on your team. And then you also have Melga Steel Girdle as well that you can use, who is an epic champion that I've done a guide on at some point. She's absolutely fantastic when it comes to supports. And I think for epic supports, at least, the Dwarves are pretty cooked. Like, there's not much else going on in their faction, so you kind of need some of the crazy legendary champions. Obviously, Senna's, like, the best way to go, so... My Trunda's decently well built as well, just because I have her built for Hydra, so, you know. We'll get the provokes here as well. Everybody's provoked, that's perfect. We are going to go ahead and smack into Sanguinia, because fuck you. We get very little damage there. Let's go ahead and turn meter steal here, because I don't want him going. We'll get the AoE burns as well as the kill, and that's 9 burns placed, because we missed the burn here, so we do have to be careful. Have to make sure to cycle around through turns again, so that we have the burn ability available for wave 3 as well, so that we can get the 3 stars here. Should be pretty simple, though. She is in a 6-piece Merciless, my Trunda, as well, so there's a very good chance, obviously, that she can get her cooldowns reduced. Now, I hope we're able to smack in here again, which we do, but it's with Newt, so he does reduce her turn meter, which is perfect, but then, you know, that procs, so we're kind of cooked. Trunda, I don't think is off cooldown. We do get the AoE provoke again, though, which is perfect. We're going to hit into the Freya here, just because I don't want to have to deal with her, so the lower HP she is, the better. We'll get a burn here, and that is the burn requirement fulfilled, so there we go. We can just start smacking people now. With Trunda's A2, going to do some big numbers. Everybody's still provoked. Let's do an A1 here. We'll do an A1 on Freya. Freya's going to activate her passive on that guy there, which it is what it is. We can easily deal with it. Which she dies first, so never mind. Cardio isn't going to be able to do much. Neither is High Katoon. So we are cooking here. I think my Dwarf faction is definitely not going to struggle as much as some of the other factions. Like, my god, Ogryn tribes are pretty weak, obviously. So we have the 3-star clear there. Next up, we are going to have place 10 plus stun debuffs. That one could be a little bit more problematic. I don't think there's really anybody in this faction that just places stuns. Although, that being said, we do have the stuns, obviously, from Trunda's A3. But, obviously, she's built kind of crazy as well. So, we have a stun from Beast Wrestler on his A1. So we could potentially bring that in. Rockbreaker with his counterattack and his stun set can be pretty juicy as well. We'll see if we can't get the stuns placed with the Trunda, though, here. We don't have a decreased defense, so it's very possible that we'll be able to, and we can control them all, obviously, with the Provokes there as well. We'll get the decreased attack out there. Let's go ahead and get a Turn Meter Steal here. And then let's go ahead and get the AoE. We have 1 stun. 1 stun, ladies and gentlemen. 1 stun. My goodness. Okay. We'll have to see how this goes on wave 2. You know what? We're going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to use my free re-gear event. We're going to go to Champions. We're going to go to Geo. We're going to go here. We're going to go to Preset Manager. We're going to go to Save. We're going to do Geomancer. Not save this. Save as Global Preset. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to our stun set and pull everything off of our Bellower. Because obviously Geo has the A1 that can do an AoE, or it is an AoE, so the Bellower gear is going to be pretty swanky to put on him. And then by making sure that we set the preset there for Geo, we can also ensure that we get the proper gear back on the Geo as well, because my Geo is built for Iron Twins. Rockbreaker is very nice, obviously, because he's not placing a hit to do the provoke, so it's just an AoE, you know, provoke that... There we go, we get 1 stun, very solid. What are we at, 2? We're at 2 stuns, ladies and gentlemen. 2 stuns! Trunda has an AoE double hitter, 70% chance to place a stun, by the way, that's crazy. At least our Geo is cycling, though, so we're still at 2 stuns. Trunda does have a stun on her A1 too, which I actually forgot about until it procced there. So she will be kind of a champion for this. If you don't have Trunda or, you know, anything like that, build a Rockbreaker, put him into a stun set, right? Because he places the counterattack on himself when he places the provoke. So the enemies are obviously going to be hitting him a bunch. And then that'll allow him to counterattack and potentially place the stuns for you as well. We're going to try and get the Zargala. Boom, boom. We get a weak hit on both hits, because why wouldn't we? We're going to get a provoke again. Just make sure they can't do crazy things to us. We're going to hit the Slixus. Decreases turn meter a lot. Newt does absolutely insane things with turn meter reduction, by the way. We get 1 more stun there. So we're at 5 on the stuns right now. We want to just keep kind of cycling through and try to place those stuns as much as we can. Weak hits galore from Trunda. That's fantastic. Get some turn meter reduction here since she's not under any other CC. Another AoE here from Geo. There we go. Now we're sitting at 8 stuns. We're kind of cooking now. Let's go ahead and get the AoE from Trunda. I don't think it'll count the stuns if you try to place it on somebody that already has a stun. I can't imagine it would work that way, so... that being said, we will have the Provoke available again from Rockbreaker, which is perfect. Get everybody nice and provoked. We'll then do A1 in here just to reduce the turn meter. Get the AoE A1. We get 1 stun, which puts us at 9. Let's go ahead and try to get Slixus here. We just clap him. Alright. He didn't have the decreased defense either. I guess Trunda's just cracked in this build. She's cracked out. I think Dwarves are going to be significantly easier for most folks than Ogryn. Still at the... There we go. We'll try on Zargala. There we go. We get the stun. That should be 10, right? Yep, we got our 10 stuns. So now we can go ahead and actually just play through this and get some damage and whatnot. So let's go ahead and do that. Slixus is still provoked. We're not too worried about him. We are going to max HP smack here, though. Do some decent damage. Turn meter steal on the Slixus. Why not? He has a provoke on the A1, I think, which is the only thing that can really be problematic. But we'll go ahead and smack with the A2 here on the Trunda. Not a whole lot of like AoE surplus damage on that, so that's a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. And let's go ahead and A1 here, take her out. I'm not really too worried about this Argala because she's going to die to Geo. He can provoke somebody, which would be annoying, but we're also just going to turn me to reduce him with Geo, so it doesn't really matter. Get the stun from Trunda's A1, which is perfect. I know, I think it was Nub and maybe, I want to say, YST that made a video about it, but having, like, provokers and stuff like that is just so strong. Like, Skaramis, for example, if you have him from, I think he's Bannerlord, right? He can do some amazing things. Let's go ahead and turn meter reduction on the Ugo here. Get the AoE smack with the Trunda. She's obviously not going to have crazy damage because of the Krisk, who's placing the decrease attack when he gets hit, so we will go ahead and smack into the Krisk here with the Newt, see if we can't get some extra damage on him, which we do, and we'll do the same thing with the Trunda, get some extra damage on him. Everybody's still provoked, so we should be okay. And then worst case scenario, even, I don't know why I smacked there with Senna, that was a bad idea. If they weren't under provoke and my Senna could be hit, that would have been a massive mistake, by the way, but they're still provoked, so we are good. Go ahead and try to get some stuns out there. We don't have the provoke yet, so we do have to be careful of their turn meters. Let's go ahead and get some CC here. Let's go ahead and get this going. Let's go ahead and do an A2 on Slixus. Take him out, get some extra damage. We'll steal that Slixus's turn meter, provoke them all again. And now here, we obviously just want to make sure that Ugo dies first so that she can't do a revive, which, I mean, it doesn't really matter anyway. She's I think she removes debuffs from herself, though, doesn't she, when she procs her ability? I can't even recall, honestly. It's been so long since I looked at her kit. I just know she does decrease defense and the block buffs, so she's a goat for Hydra. Hit the A1 there again. A1 here. And then we'll just go ahead and slam with the Trunda. There it is. And that's 3 stars. Now, we have to place 10 plus provokes, which is going to be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So let's go ahead and get our gear switched around real quick while I still have the free re-gear going for 31 minutes. So we'll go here, fitting room, equipped, boom. And you may be wondering why I'm not doing this off camera. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make sure that you get the authentic hard Faction Wars experience. So you're going to be doing this quite a bit as well, so I figure we might as well get into the swing of things, you know. And then we'll go ahead and go to our Geomancer. We'll go to Preset Manager, Global Presets, all the way at the bottom. Geomancer, try on, boom. There it is. He's got his gear back. Now, obviously the provokes are going to be easy because we do have Rock Breaker, so we can just, you know, provoke. It's not an issue. We do have to make sure that we don't cycle through the damage so quick that they are all dead by the time we get to the next wave. Gore Grab could be kind of annoying to go against, so we'll just go ahead and steal his turn meter. We get the stuns there as well. I'll show you all the builds at the end here too. Just keep in mind that some of the builds are still a bit of a work in progress, so don't judge them too harshly, people. Today's been a very long day, though. This is going to be my kind of like, you know, complaining for a moment. It's not going to sound like a long day to most people, I won't lie. It's my day off from my regular work, and I ended up like doing a bunch of shopping, which just exhausts me every time. I don't know why, but it is what it is. And then sitting here creating content for like 4 hours straight, which is pretty cool. So that being said, though, I do actually really like the content creation side of things. I've been very motivated recently to be doing a lot more of it, so I pumping out a lot more videos these days, and the overall quality of the videos has gone up considerably as well, I would say, which is something that can't be said for the entirety of content being churned out about Raid Shadow Legends. No offense to anyone intended, of course, but we very much tend to see some recycled content. There we go. We have the provokes placed. So now we're just simply looking to get the damage out ASAP here. Go ahead and hit the AoE with the Trunda. The Seeker is obviously very annoying because of the fact that he places the increased defense, right? We'll go ahead and do that. We'll also do this. And then this. And then we get the counterattack from our Newt, which finishes him off because of Soul Harvest. I don't think we have our Provoke back yet. No, we don't. So we do have to be careful about that. Let's get the AoE here. AoE decrease attack and weaken is very strong, obviously. Let's see if we can't get a stun here, which we do. That's perfect because he would have been able to cleanse, so we don't want that. But Senna's going to help us turn meter cycle so quick that we can then just get the provokes out there, which is awesome. Go ahead and get some CC on him as well. Let's go ahead and steal turn meter here. I absolutely hate her because every time she goes, she's going to put like a, was it like a heal reduction or some malarkey like that. Trunda's A1's hitting for some pretty good damage there. Decent damage at least. Most Trundas would probably just be absolutely clapping cheeks and, you know, one-shotting these waves, but we don't have a decreased defense or nothing, so that's my excuse. Get some CC here. He's not provoked or anything. Just double check. Yeah, we have all the requirements there. And we'll go ahead and hit the AoE again. It's only the Elhain that survives, and I think she survived because of a weak hit. There we go. So we have completed the first 3. I'm going to go ahead and claim this energy now, as well as these other rewards, because I have a Dungeon Divers event going on, so I'm okay claiming them. Now we need 60 stars, so we're going to get 9 more stars today. I want 60 stars for the Spiteful Remains. We're not getting them today. I'm going to try this one more time, and if it doesn't work, I'm just essentially going to call the video there and say, like, hey, this is the strat that I'm going to use. This is how I'm going to get through it. This is how you do it. It just takes RNG. And then once I actually beat it, I'll post a screenshot on the community tab of YouTube and in my Discord as well. Probably, maybe just on the community tab. I think that's probably the most relevant place to put it. But I don't want to sit here and waste everybody's time with, like, you know, 35 million runs inside the Ogryn tribes, just getting, you know, skunked by RNG essentially. So I don't think that's really fun content for anyone to watch. The Kaja does revive there, which is annoying. We'll go ahead and smack the Sanguinia though and take her out. Get a decreased defense here across the board. Very nice. We're just going to start doing A1 cycling now. She's going to lock us out right away though, so I want a turn meter reduce there. Siege Hulk, weak hits, unfortunately. Let's see if we can't get her taken out with our Grush, though. There we go. Perfect. Ooh. Okay. That was less of a hit than I was expecting, I won't lie. We take out the Kaja. Let's go ahead and take out his turn meter. There we go. So we have 9 of 20 poisons placed. Let's go ahead and do this on you. And we're really just hoping for the RNG to go in our favor here. We get the stun on him, which is perfect. We're going to go ahead and turn meter reduce here. Then we're going to go ahead and do our AoE. Get some big damage. We're going to do an AoE again. Big damage. AoE again. Which I think we're maybe cooking here. Oh my, oh my. This will frustrate you, hey? We're going to try this 1 or 2 more times on camera, just because I don't want to be known as a quitter. We're going to place the poisons. 9 poisons placed, because of course he resists 1. We got the AoE there, which means that she's going to do her revive instead of the other BS, so we can just go ahead and do that. And now we should be okay to just start smacking into everybody here individually, I think. We get another poison placed there, which is perfect. So we're at 10. We're going to take out the Kaja. Bit worried about her. Block active skills would be nice. We do actually get a stun as well, so that's perfect. We're just going to cycle, make sure that we have all our skills available for wave 2, which we're probably not going to with the Ogryn because Grush just absolutely smacks. So let's go ahead and do the same strategy here with Astralon. Hoping for block actives or a stun, which we don't get, unfortunately. Turn meter reduction here, hopefully. He does have block actives, though, so that means that obviously even when he goes, he's not going to be able to do the AoE stun, which is big. I'm going to get the AoE there, as well as an AoE here. We do get to decrease speed, but we get smacked by the arrow. That is so annoying, man. Like, we didn't get the RNG that we needed at all. We didn't get the block actives, we didn't get stuns, nothing. This is crazy. AoE. AoE. There it is. We get all the poisons placed. We're going to get the nuke, which means that she has to revive. Sanguinia does cleanse, which is annoying. We could actually maybe just take her out. Almost. We will here, though, I think, right? Yep, there we go. Take her out. Now it's just Sanguinia left. If we can just kind of take her out with A1s, that'd be perfect, because then we'll hopefully stack up a couple of more poisons from Ogryn. Just to give ourselves a bit of a buffer. More poisons. Unfortunately not. Grush coming in with the big smacks, though. A1 is going to finish her off. So now, let's try this again. Let's do A3. Now, I'm going to try the A2 here. We get the stuns. That's kind of big. I am worried about him, though, so we're going to try turn meter pushback. He boosts his own turn meter, but we get enough pushback as well that I think we're good. We'll do the AoE. He does AoE stun us. And then we get clapped by arrow anyways. Oh. This reminds me of, like, the first time watching, like, the regular Faction Wars back in the day. People had to rely a lot of times on, like, similar strats because there was just so much RNG with it. It's kind of crazy. It's actually wild how little, like, stun procs we're getting as well, especially on certain champions on the next wave, but it's part of the fun, I suppose. Take out the Sanguinia there. Sanguinia. Now we can just cycle. I don't think we have our cooldowns available. Nope. Okay, we're going to try and turn meter steal there. We're going to try a decrease attack, decrease defense. No stuns, of course. We do have the shield now, though. We're going to try turn meter reduction. Do an AoE. I was hoping for better damage there, considering they had decreased defense. Errol doesn't do his A... and everybody just buffs up. Ladies and gentlemen, we might have just figured out a new strat, though, where we do the... Let's try this again here. We do get the resist on the Kaja, which is good. It means she's going to stay up for a little bit. It's so weird to me that the poisons placed by Ogryn require you to click on your teammates. But it's because I guess he's also technically placing the heals as well, right? So that'll be part of it. Go ahead and turn meter reduce here. I want to be able to smack him with the Siege Halt, get some more TM reduction. Kaja's already used her revive, so we're not incredibly worried about that. Just a half HP smack, nothing crazy there, of course. We get the cleanse, which is a bit annoying, but should be okay. We do need to start whacking here now, too, because she is a bit of a threat. Brutal. Honestly, I want the Kaja revive to come in now so we can hopefully get our cooldowns back, but don't think that's going to happen. Definitely not going to happen. I don't think Siege Hulk's going to have his cooldowns back. He does have the AoE defense break. Let's try for this. Not a single stun. 18% chance to land, by the way, on a stun set. Not a single stun on a group of 5. This is what happens when a casino company is in charge of making a video game, I guess, right, ladies and gentlemen? This is why we play it. Let's go ahead and do the smack there. Kaja's going to go ahead and do her revive, so she's not going to cleanse, which is going to be good. Unless we can kill her here, which we don't quite. But we're going to go ahead and smack here. Kaja's taken out anyways. Now, we can just cycle through our turns. Wait for everybody to have their skills available. Technically, we could sub out the Bellower as well if we wanted, because obviously he's a bit squishy. So we could perhaps bring in somebody else if we fail this run. I'll go ahead and take a look at my roster once again as well. Try and take out the Sanguinia here because she is annoying and probably the biggest threat, to be honest, because she's gonna cleanse and just do overall annoying things. Get another poison there, so we're at 13 placed. That's very nice at least. And there we go. So we're at 13 poisons placed still. We have everybody off cooldown. Go in with the A3. We're going to try the A2. We get some stuns this time. We're going to place the shield so that when arrow goes, he doesn't clap us. We now have the poison requirement done. We're going to smack. We're going to smack. There it is. Astralon is down. Now we do have to be careful of arrow. We're good though. We're good. We're going to get the AoE. Block active skills that get cleansed off by the shaman that didn't get blocked. And then we get an ally attack. Oh, this is looking pretty ropey. We do have a cleanse plus some additional healing from the Ogryn though. Let's go ahead and smack this shaman. Let's go ahead and smack again. Maybe take her down. Not quite. Now we do. We get to heal. We're just going to start targeting the arrow now because I am a bit worried about his big ability, but that's good. We take him out. Oh, that hurts so much. We should be cooking here, honestly. We got the shields. We're going to hit Sanguinia. She now has, like, no active buffs. Atessa's down for the count. I'm going to keep hitting Sanguinia because I don't want her to, like, you know, cleanse and all that annoying BS. Let's hit in here because I don't want a weak hit. Let's keep doing this. We're looking for the block actives or a stun, which we don't get. We're going to get a heal here. Let's just take you out, maybe? Not quite. She's going to have to do an A1, though, which is not bad. We got the decreased speed now as well. Even her A1s are hitting hard, though. 9,800 on that hit. We do take out Lady Atessa. And we're almost on to wave 3. There we go. We're on to wave 3. Okay. So this is another super annoying wave. Best bet here is probably turn meter drop and decrease speed there. We'll try an AoE decrease speed, which we get. Increase speed here. We'll get a poison. Get an AoE smack. They got the cleanse off, though. That's not good. Ally attack, which goes into Grush. We're going to get the AoE. Big hit, at least. Oh, come on. We're still alive, baby. We're still alive. Oh, this is so painful. Okay. I need turn meter reduction here. Cardiel's just going to have his A1 available. Let's take out the marksman. I think that's his name. Okay. I think we're okay. I think we're okay, ladies and gentlemen. I need some buffs to come back around, please. There we go. Block active skills. That's big. That's big. Oh, my butthole's so puckered right now. We're going to hit into the High Katoon. Hit into her again. Try to get that turn meter pushback. We got the stun on the cardio, which is nice, too. So he's not going to be able to ally attack or anything crazy like that. Decreased speed on us is annoying. Big hit from the Freya there, but we get some counterattacks coming in from the Bellower. We're going to hit that AoE, baby. There we go. We're going to get a cleanse and a heal on our Grush because he's our damage dealer. We're going to get a big AoE from the Grush. We get an instant turn, which did not crit, thankfully. We're going to take out the champion there. I forgot his name. We get the shields up, and by golly, I think that should be it. Everything's good. We have the poisons placed. We just need to CC and kill Freya. Not quite. We get a weak hit there. Big damage, but no kill. And there we go. There's stage 1 of the Ogryn tribes down. My god, that was crazy. Alright. We need to place stuns this time. Should be pretty easily done, obviously, with our Belor just proccing over time. I think we're going to keep the Siege Hulk in here as well. So we're going to do an AoE defense break, which is probably not going to land on, like, anyone. Stuns don't land on anyone. Cool. We're going to get some poisons up here. We do take out the Hefrak, which is very nice. This is ridiculous. Who is it that's cleansing? I don't even remember, but let's see if we can figure this out. So, we'll try it again. I got some bad RNG there with, like, the stuns not landing and whatnot. AoE defense break. There we go. We're trying to get a block active skills as well as turn meter stun, but it didn't land. We got one stun, though. We got one stun, so we're at 1 out of 10. We're going to do a smack here. We get the cleanse there, and then the block is going to come in from her. So let's see if we can't take her down first. Unfortunately, we cannot. RNG, ladies and gentlemen. RNG. Got to run it again. Alright. We're just going to try to smack into here, I think, to get that decreased speed on her right away. Try for the AoE decreased speed, which we don't land anything. We don't land a single stun on anyone after, like, we landed one stun in, like, 3 times of trying this. That is ridiculous. And we get the AoE from the Hefrak. We get a counterattack, which lands a stun. We do stun their Scartorsus as well, so they're not going to be able to cleanse. Which means that they're still going to have all of these debuffs up, which is good. We're going to go ahead and smack into Gorgorab. We're going to hit an AoE again. Block active skills and a stun on Gorgorab. That's big. Block active skills on Scartorsus as well. That's very big. We're at 3 stuns placed now. We're just going to smack the Gorgorab. Try to get some more poisons placed on him. That's Creoden, I think, right? He's an absolute gooner. No, Dirndl, that's who it is. No stuns. Realistically, if you're struggling with this, you could also run, of course, Grush inside a stun set. That would help out as well. We get a stun placed there on the Hefrak, which is big. We're now at 4 stuns placed. Boom. Now we're on to wave 2. Let's go ahead and hit... I don't want to do an AoE because then that's going to mean that Seeker places his, you know, BS. But let's go ahead and hit the Kymar so that he has less of a chance of... We get in there 2 stuns there, which is perfect. Kymar is going to try and strip us, though, I think, off the start. Let's go ahead and get a smack here as well. Now we'll go for the defense break. We'll try again. No stuns coming in, unfortunately. As Seeker gets a turn there. Oh, he just resets. Okay, that's not so bad. Let's try to get some turn meter depletion there, which we don't, unfortunately. Let's try to whack her down. Turn meter decrease at the very least. Boom, there we go. More stuns. We do get one more stun. So we're sitting at 8 stuns right now. By golly, I think we might be cooking. We're going to smack in here a Siege Hulk. Take him out. Try to get turn meter depletion as well as poisons there. Another stun would be perfect. Take out Lua. A1. I need another poison would be very nice here. We only have to land 2 more. Seeker's just hanging out with us now. Grush didn't have to run very far at least, so that's kind of a plus. Not sure how Seeker's still alive. I guess it was his passive proccing because he was hit with a critical. No stun still. There we go. Now, let's go ahead and turn meter control here, or decrease speed rather. Not a singular stun was placed, by the way. And so just so we're clear, Bellower is a Void Affinity champion. And of course they have a block debuffs, brother. Oh my god. We get a stun. Okay, let's shield up. Let's cleanse, heal, all that from Siege, Hulk. She steals everything. Cool. Let's try some turn meter depletion there. Let's just get a whack. He gets feared. We get AoE frozen. We get another block debuff. Nice CC there. We can't heal him because he has heal reduction because of Morrigan, and he's dead. That's no 3-star. We're 1 stun away. We missed every single stun on the side. Oh. 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 I can't even, like, there's, maybe we could bring in a Skull Crusher and have him do some work with the counterattacks combined with Bellower. Maybe. That being said, though, this is already an hour-long video, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to end it here. Like I say, when I do manage to beat it, I'll go ahead and I'll share that on the community tab of the YouTube, so make sure to stay up to date with that. Discord's linked down in the description as always, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it to the end, and I'll see you guys next time.